What's good, cyberspace? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Reclaim your throne.
If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Baby, come fuck with the monopoly. He seek the hoe, ain't nobody hot as me. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery.
What's good, cyberspace? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Reclaim your throne. So guys, let's get into it. This is finna be lit. We're actually going to break down a conversation that happened on Fresh Prince CEO channel, where he essentially was on a live date or e-date with the brother Sneeko, and Myron actually ended up joining the date. But first off, I do want to start off with a Just Pearly Things video because she is actually making waves in the manosphere. As you guys already know, I've interviewed Just Pearly Things before. You know, she is cool. She answers the questions. She doesn't dodge. She ain't, you know, all this extra shit. And the reason why I fuck with Pearl is that she puts black men on. Okay, a lot of people have critiques of Pearl saying that, oh, well, she's exploiting black this and black that. Actually, no, she's not, because she is actually giving black men opportunities because she was able to grow in the algorithm so fast. So now she is returning the favor and paying it forward to black men. So I think Pearl is a jewel that, you know, quite frankly, you know, needs to be a presence in the space. As of now, honestly, I really have seen, you know, her grow and her ideas flourish. And I don't agree with all her ideas, like the repealing the 19th Amendment and all that kind of stuff, and the birth control thing. But at the end of the day, I'm rocking with the message. And like I said, she is actually a jewel to the manosphere because she puts other black men on. So with that being said, let's get into this video here. We're gonna get raw and uncut. I'm demonetized on all channels, so make sure you hit that PayPal, that Cash App, and also the GoFundMe. So let's get it.
Them out and say no, also men need to do this just to create a rational, balanced dialogue. They turn into the male equivalent of feminists, where they lose all their rationality and become emotional, and they'll start making.
So this woman is talking about red vitamin content creators, and she's saying when men are talking about women and they're saying what women need to do, and then women flip the script and say, well, men need to do this in order to get this out of women, then they say, oh, well, you know, don't listen to women and all this kind of stuff. That's not actually true, because even when you look at these debates, we always hold men to a higher standard. So we always say, oh, well, yes, men need to get their money right to be good with women. Men need to get their social skills right to be good with women. Men need to get their bodies right. They need to be in the gym to be good with women. So we already say that in the manosphere when it comes to red vitamin content. So I don't really know how she's bringing up this argument in bad faith, because it doesn't seem like she's actually listening to content creators who are also providing solutions, which most of the guys in the space are actually providing solutions. Let's see. All right, so guys, I'm reading your chats in the YouTube, so just come to YouTube if you want to leave a chat. We're going off on this one.
In personal remarks, the exact same thing they accuse women of doing. They go to being personal when they don't have a logical argument.
Does the comment section roast
No,
you sometimes?
it doesn't. Yeah, but it doesn't bother me that they roast me. They can say whatever they want. But the reality is, it only happens when I don't talk their language, and they display the same emotional dysregulation as the feminists they claim to hate. The feminists that say, I hate men, all men are trash. The red pill men, when you don't speak their language, it displays the exact level of femininity, irrationality.
Like, we need an example. We need an example of what she's talking about, because she's trying to make it seem like the men come back with logical or illogical arguments when we all know that that's not true. And she's talking about Fresh and Fit, as you guys can see in the title. But let's see if she can actually explain and articulate her point eloquently enough so that we can understand and be able to convey the message if we wanted, if we agreed and wanted to repeat said message to other people within the space.
And personal remarks that we are always told that women do.
I mean, I just think it's silly to go on the internet and not expect to get bad comments.
No,
so on both sides.
Yeah.
On both sides. So it's like, did you get hate comments? Does that mean the whole red pill movement? I'm the one who knows all of the people that lead the space. Mm-hmm. I'm the one who's met them. You're basing your experience off of the comment section.
No, I'm basing it off the red pill community that I see. And what I find.
Okay, have you met any of them in person? Any other than me?
She hasn't met anybody. So this woman is not coming from a space of education. She's not coming from a space of knowledge. She's taking clips that she's seen, and then she is internalizing them and saying, okay, this is how people in the manosphere act, when that's not the case at all. She wants to find something wrong with it so bad, so that she can write it off. And a lot of these chicks, I mean, I've even seen it in media. If you go back to shows like Criminal Minds and stuff, they actually have episodes where they basically talk about the red vitamin and say, hey, well, these guys are crazy and these guys are As a matter of fact, I got the Paramount app. I might actually bring that up, because they actually bring up the manosphere. Damn it, I'm gonna bring that shit up, because they bring up the manosphere in Criminal Minds. Like, in Criminal Minds is like a show essentially about serial killers, and they try and make that that correlation as if like niggas in the red vitamin are just out here becoming serial killers, when we know that's some bullshit. Because like, even when you look at the guys who are crashing out, most of these guys are very weird, okay, quirky, probably queer. All right. I just did a story on Black Gen Z Mindset where an LGBT manager at Walmart crashed out and, deleted his coworkers and all this type of stuff. So it's a very weird situation. Let me see if I can find that clip though. I'm probably going to have to go on my phone real quick. We're leaving TikTok though, because this conversation is a little too sensitive for TikTok. So come to YouTube if you want TikTok. But guys, I really want to show you this clip from Criminal Minds, because they basically are like, oh well, the red vitamin is this and that. Let's see if I can log in with my login information. Let's sign out and then let's sign in. Hopefully I have, I don't have the, I don't got the damn, I don't have the email and the password. It's my girl's email and password. Anyways, there was this episode. Y'all can look it up. It's season 12, episode 15. The time stamp is the 19th minute of the show. And they basically take shots at the red vitamin. Let me see if I can find a clip of it. Criminal Minds, red manosphere clip. All right. Let me see. Nah. I'll have to get that clip for you guys. I'll show you guys though, but we'll keep watching.
You came back.
Yeah.
So
no, I love this platform. Yeah. I really do love it.
So I'm saying, with the red pill men that you're talking about, have you met any?
Yeah, I met red pill men.
Any content creators?
No, content creators. I've been in contact with a few, but online and stuff, but not in person because they're usually American.
Okay, so you haven't even dealt with them, and you're making an assumption about them.
But I can make an assumption based on, like, you haven't dealt with feminists or whales or but you can make an assumption because they come for you, right?
I can make an assumption based on the ones I've talked to in real life where I was attacked.
But I've never communicated with feminists, but I've had feminists contact my work.
Yeah, see, this bitch is lying like hell. She's lying like hell. And if you hear me pouring up some shit, we mixing up that sauce. We mixing up the medicine. Okay, it's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys, by the way. It's a very difficult holiday season, as you guys know. All my YouTube channels have been demonetized, but we're working on that. We're working to get back right. But she's full of shit because she doesn't know any red vitamin content creators. She hasn't had any conversations. She hasn't had any of these conversations. And the reason why she's so triggered, is that she's never had her thoughts be challenged. So once she's facing some opposition to her thought process, she's triggered. And that's why it becomes immediately toxic to her.
Workplace and then try and get me fired. I've had feminists that have come for my parents' phone numbers and address, so I can make an assumption on them even though I haven't met them in real time because I live.
You've never met a feminist?
No,
I'm a feminist, so you met me.
And but I could still make assumptions on the extremities of both red pill and feminism because I experienced both of them in real life. But I've had my job contacted. I've had my boss call me in and say, "This, we've been sent this." I've had feminist repost my videos.
That sounds like a crazy person rather than like a person.
See, so she's trying to conflate the feminists with the red vitamin, and let's keep it a buck. Red vitamin, we don't go out and try and get people canceled. Yeah, you might get jokes, you might get dudes coming in your DMs calling you a hoe and shit. I mean, but we're not out here trying to mass report and trying to basically get you fired from your job and cancel you and make it so that you can never eat on social media again. But these feminists do that. Like, that's why a guy like me is demonetized, because they really come for you when you talking that shit.
Person that has
but the extremities on each end are as bad as each other. It's as bad as each other. Red pill men are the male equivalent of feminists.
No, not at all. Not even. Red pill men are not out here swinging their dicks like feminists are swinging their fucking tits, asking to be treated equal and not be objectified. Feminists are contradictions. They're literally walking contradictions. They say, don't objectify me, while writing, don't objectify me with Sharpie around their areolas. It's a complete contradiction. It's a complete contradiction. Whereas red vitamin men are speaking logically about intersexual dynamics and the dating scene as it relates and pertains to your everyday life.
And they go to that extreme because what happens with both of them is that they forget to incorporate their own experiences and they just have this mindset of hate and anger.
Shout out to Miles versus the World too. He says, happy Thanksgiving to you, brother. Happy Thanksgiving to you, brother.
And they're not even listening to the argument. They just want to say, you're a woman. Don't ask a woman what a man needs. Don't ask a woman about alpha. No. What? Speak rationally. Have a rational discourse.
I mean, the point they're making about don't ask a woman, like, what you're talking about dating advice.
Yeah, so in that case, she's triggered because red vitamin guys say don't ask a woman how to get a woman in dating. And that's true, bro. They're gonna give you the worst advice. Oh, just go up to her and be nice. Oh, just go up and be yourself. It's such bullshit. Never works out like that at all. The reality is a woman really can't tell you how to go and pull a woman. She really can't. Okay. Unless she has it lined up 100% where her friend just told her that, oh my God, I think he's so hot. Anything that he says or does, I'll still go home with him. Like, it'd be girls like that who will tell their friends that. Just watch in the club. Watch who they go home with. This is what I keep telling you guys. A lot of you guys are just like going in the club and then you're dancing and going home and you're not observing. Watch who the bitch that you thought was the baddest bitch in the club goes home with. Watch who she goes home with. I've seen it where there was this one time. This was a couple weeks ago. It was actually Halloween weekend. I was out at the club in Midtown Atlanta because I really am outside. I'm not like all these other dudes. I'm really outside out here. Okay, like for real, for real.
Hold on. Hello?
We ain't.
Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside.
So I'm really outside, and there's this girl, you know, that I know. She's actually related to another girl that I know, and I mean, she's pretty hot. She kind of has a speech impediment, but like physically, she's sexy. When she opens her mouth, she kind of sounds like Helen Keller. She kind of sounds like she's deaf or some shit. She's like deaf and then has a heavy lisp, and she holds her like tongue on the bottom of her lip like this. So I mean, but she's hot. And this girl, she was out like and dancing with like everybody, putting her hands on everybody, making out with random dudes. She was dancing on my homeboy and shit like that, getting twerk. And then, bro, this tall ass white dude who looked like Tyler Hero basically pulled her. He was dancing with her the whole night, whatever. But she was on my homeboy as well. And she ended up, you know, hooking up with the white boy, but then she also hooked up with the homie at the same night. On the same night, guys. I kid you not.
General, like you can't ask a woman what an alpha is. Can't ask a man what a high value is. Well, you can't ask a woman this. What are you talking about? You can ask humans what humans do.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask, but usually they talk about dating advice. Like, don't take dating advice from women. It's like, are you asking the fisherman? That's usually what they're talking about.
But then wouldn't that also apply? Then don't ask men for men advice because you don't ask the fish. Like, wouldn't that be?
No, that's not how it goes. So the saying is, never ask a fish how to fish. Ask a fisherman. Okay. But it doesn't work the other way around, okay? The fish can't say, oh, never ask a fisherman how to fish. Ask a fish. That's not how it works, dumbass. I swear, like, these bitches don't even be thinking about what they say. They don't even be thinking about what they say. Like, it doesn't work like that. You can't just say, oh, well, you know, never ask a fish how to fish, ask a fisherman. And then they always try and flip it back. Well, you shouldn't ask a fisherman how to fish, ask a fish. Like they just said some profound shit. Like that's really what she was trying to do. Oh, I'm just going to say the inverse of what how the saying goes. And it's like, no, honey, because the reality is even men who don't get pussy know how to get women. Let me repeat. Even men who don't get pussy know how to get women. Men who don't get pussy, they know if they were richer, they would get women. Men who don't get pussy, they know that if they were taller, they would get women. Men who don't get pussy, they know, okay, if they had more clout, if they had more social status, if they had a blue check mark on social media, they would get more pussy. That's the bottom of the line. It is what it is. The guys who are struggling to get pussy and don't get pussy at all, that 1/3 of men between the ages of 18 and 31 who are virgins or haven't had sex within a year, they know how to get pussy. They just can't do it. They just can't do it. Let me repeat. These men who can't get pussy, they know how to get pussy. They know that, hey, man, if I was a Chad, I'd be getting laid. If I was a Chad, I would do it like this. If I was hot enough to attract a woman, I would do it like this. If I had my bag big enough, I would do it like this. They know how to get women. We all know how to get the fucking woman. They're vain as fuck. And people keep saying, oh, it's about this, about that, it's about game. No, it's all, in my opinion, it's all about looks, okay? Looks is the first thing. And then after that, it's that bag. It's that bag. And then it's that clout. It's that social status. That's just my hierarchy. Y'all can disagree, but I think that's just how it is. Because a broke nigga can still get pussy. Okay. If he look good. All right. Ask me how I know. Okay. So, that's the reality of the situation. That is the reality. So she thinks that she's saying something profound when, and all that, like, bro, we know how to get women. The fact of the matter is, most guys don't have what it takes to do so.
Don't ask men for advice about men.
Well, see, no, because men have had to listen to what women have to say for years. Women don't have to listen to what men have to say. That's why it's so triggering a lot of times when I say things on this podcast.
Yeah, see, Pearl is 100% right, and Pearl is in her bag. Like she's having a little more swag when she's talking about these topics, and she's right. Women never listen to what men want. And when we do say what we want, they get triggered. Like, hey, I don't want a fat bitch. They're triggered. Hey, I don't want a hoe. I don't want a bitch who been ran through. They're triggered. So the thing is, men, we understand. God damn, she said she only want niggas who's 6'7". Fuck, I don't make the cut. Well, maybe if I have a big enough bag, she'll overlook that. See, men understand that, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, this bitch who fucking me right now, she's probably settling. You know what I mean? She's settling on something. We come to terms with that. We say, look, man, you know, I look good, but, you know, maybe I'm not as tall as she says that the type of guys that she likes. So I know that, hey, you know, she's making a concession to deal with me for whatever reason. Maybe I make up for it in charisma. Maybe I make up for it in money. Maybe I make up for it in my physical aesthetics as far as like how fit I am. Who knows? But there's something that she was able to concede on because of who I am. So men understand that yo, like we understand that. We understand that women make compromises when dealing with certain men. Okay, but the women, they don't seem to grasp that concept. They think, oh, take me as I am. It doesn't matter what I look like. You're supposed to love me for me. And that's just bullshit. They don't even love men for just for being men. No, they hate men.
That's like, men know what we want because they've had to listen to us for the last 20, 30 years.
But I
think I'll be honest. Can we define like red pill and blue pill? Because I'm just thinking like ibuprofen and Viagra. I have no idea.
Hey, and I ain't gonna lie. Like some of these dudes that Pearl be bringing on, you know, and God bless her heart, but some of these dudes be simps. Like earlier in her content, there were a lot of black male UK simps. Let me repeat. There was a whole heap of black male UK simps that Pearl was like bringing on the show. And I thought it was good for entertainment purposes. But at the same time, you could tell that the black men here are on a whole nother wave than the UK black men for sure.
Lost,
what the definition is? Do you have a definition?
It sounds like people that do you remember menism? It sounds like it's that versus feminism. Is that right?
Is that
No, I mean, red pill is a praxeology. It's a study of human behavior. That's what it is.
Okay.
But what is it in real world? Because feminism is equal rights, but really in the real world, feminism is a nightmare.
How are the masses perceiving?
Yeah. How is it in real time?
What do you mean in real time?
So I'm saying,
guys, look at the bots. The bots are hitting my chat, man. Where the mods at? We need to get these motherfuckers the fuck up on out of here.
Is this based off the Matrix, red pill?
Yeah. It is.
Oh, I kind of get it.
I ain't seen it. So
you ain't seen the Matrix.
It's so dead. It's so shit. Everybody loves it.
And I'm not going to go through what does red pill mean and all that kind of shit. If you're watching this channel, you probably already know. I don't have to explain it to you.
I haven't seen the Matrix. Haven't watched Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Nah, no kids about.
But how does the study of like human behavior correlate to the like this topic?
Are you even fucking listening? The study of human behavior correlates with the topic because humans behave in a way that they need the opposite sex. They need the opposite sex for sexual gratification and, you know, ultimately overall fulfillment in life. Okay, so that's how it relates because human behavior is dictated based off of the relationships that they have in their life. I mean, these women don't fucking listen, bro. And I guarantee all of them are like college educated, all this stuff. They don't fucking listen. Their comprehension skills are shit.
As in, like, how does it apply to dating and advice and all of that? What's the dynamic there?
How does it apply to date? Well, so like, gosh, there's so much that goes into it, but it's just like women. So for example, they study women, like, and why women do the things they do. So like women look for different things at different ages. So like, for example, women, one thing they talk about is a woman's sexual market value. So like when she's at her highest and what she would look for when she's the most attractive to men. So for example, women in their early 20s tend to look for looks, while women in their late 20s to 30s tend to look for security. And that, so they would say like, these are the examples. And yeah. So then
and then
Facts.
What makes some of them so triggered where they just spew out hate and to any woman that has an opinion?
Who the fuck is she talking about? Put a name on it. And she's going to put a name on it. Let's put a name on it.
I don't know any content creators that do that. I can't help the comment section. So I think a lot of people like, I think the difference between
I think content creators like Fresh and Fit, I would say Marlon, I would say is very angry when he speaks. Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah. I don't think so, actually. I mean, people don't like his tone, and I think women have an issue with his tone. But no, I don't think he hates women by any means.
So you heard what she said. She tried to take shots at Myron, and we gonna break down the date that Myron went on. Yo, that shit was funny as fuck. We gonna break the shit down. I mean, they're so upset. It's crazy.
Does he come across as somebody who has successful relationships with women and can have a marriage and a stable relationship with women?
Does he come off as a guy? Look, bruh. This is what she don't understand. Myron has a stable. He got bitches who come in and go, and he got some who are loyal to the soil and ride until the wheels fall off. She doesn't even know the man. These women are the dick police. And then they try and say, oh, well, you know, just having sex with women doesn't make you a man. And then when they want to shame you, they say, oh, well, does he even get laid? It's bullshit. You're not a man. Do you even get laid? It's bullshit.
Yeah, I think he could.
I don't think he comes across as that.
I mean, I would disagree. I mean, I don't think they hate women. No, I don't.
He's literally got a girl now.
I think that.
You don't think he insults the like the women's mindset in general or anything like that? I don't personally look at somebody
Can
like
I have a specific example of
like
something
just
he
how
said?
he speaks to women in general.
No, not how he speaks, what he says.
So he might say something like, well, you're 20, once a woman's more than 25, she's got no value. And if you haven't got a ring, you haven't got an opinion. Women can't define high value.
I mean, he didn't say that. He said once you become 30, you become less attractive to men. Once you're 32, you're getting into geriatric pregnancy, means you become less fertile, which means you're less attractive to men. So she doesn't even know what he says. She doesn't even know anything, bro. She's just going off. And I'm not like saying, oh, well, everything Myron says is 100%. But what I'm saying is they speak from a point of ignorance. She doesn't even have points listed out in her mind that she can go to and say, hey, well, he said this, or, you know, hey, he kicked this girl out and I didn't think she deserved to get kicked out. Nothing but, oh, well, I don't like how he says it.
Can't define alpha men. Women don't have, can't solve any of men's problems.
Okay.
Women can't provide any value.
Okay. So she's going off, listing off, you know, random topics and whatnot. So let's keep watching.
Let me start with the 20, like, because you're giving me a bunch. So what was the first one you said? 20 women over 25.
Yeah, they have no value.
Yeah.
He never said women over 25 have no value. Come on.
I mean, I don't think that's misogynistic.
But no.
Every age has a cutoff. Mm-hmm. So every guy has a cutoff. So
your mom has no value. My mom has no value.
I've talked to my mom about this in the sexual marketplace.
Yeah, and that's a fact. And I'm actually glad that Pearl said this. I'm not trying to single out her mom specifically, but I'm assuming that her mom's 50, 60 years old. Dude, if you think that a 50 to 60-year-old woman has value in the dating market, you're out of your fucking mind. And that's just that. If you genuinely think that a woman over 50 to 60 years old has value in the dating market and is attractive to any, I mean, damn near any men unless she's married. If she's single, 50 to 60 years old, look, bro, it's a wrap. She will most likely never be approached ever again in her life in a romantic situation. Facts.
It's not. Good luck. My mom on the dating scene. You're telling me my mom, like, I love you, mom. I love you. He's talking about it's not personal worth. Yeah. It's sexual market value. Mm-hmm. So I mean, most guys will date a girl for 25 if she looks good. True. So maybe he's pickier. He prefer girls under 25. The point is,
no, she's misquoting him. He never even said fucking 25. She just said 25 because that's what Leonardo DiCaprio does. Like, it's ridiculous.
Women over the age of 25, typically we've had our hearts broken, and men have to deal with that. So it's easier to get with a younger girl who hasn't had trauma. Okay, do you want a girl with more trauma or less trauma?
Yeah, and asking the guys now. See, this is what Pearl does that I think is genius. She does have men on there to give quick polls to get the opinions of men, because women generally don't hear the opinions of men or don't give a fuck about them. Shout out to Miles versus the World. Again, he says if she ain't married by 40, it's most likely a wrap. And that's big facts.
Well, I didn't ask you. Ask the men. More trauma or less trauma?
Less trauma.
More trauma or less trauma?
Less trauma.
More trauma.
Less trauma.
Okay. So this is
and this woman is shocked by that. The woman who's debating with Pearl is absolutely flabbergasted that men said that they want less trauma over more trauma. She can't even fathom. Oh, well, why would you say that? Well, I would say that as a woman ages, she actually has less trauma because, like, they try and rationalize it with some type of reverse psychology bullshit because they're like pseudo scientists and they all think they're a fucking psychologist and an empath, and they just sound dumb.
So this is, as women, we listen and say, I understand that, instead of trying to argue and tell them what they want. Yeah. And I'm not going to be offended. Is my mom going to do well on the dating market with 10 kids?
I don't.
Absolutely not. If her mom left her husband, God bless her. Come on now.
Dating might, of course, no, but I don't think. No, I didn't mean it in sexual. I meant in general as a value as a person. But
no, and see that's what we're talking about. We're talking about dating, and they always want to conflate. Oh well, she does have value as a person. Look at Oprah and all this other bullshit. Look, man, ain't no niggas checking for Oprah to fuck. If anything, the only reason niggas is fucking Oprah is for an opportunity.
I can speak for somebody. When I was 21 and then going to 25, I genuinely think I did more reflection and became less traumatized as I was.
No, that's not how it works. At the age of 21, you have underwent less trauma than you have at the age of 25. You don't get less traumatized through time. As a matter of fact, the trauma just builds up. It adds on to itself. You can do the healing and go to therapy and all this fucking mumbo jumbo bullshit, but the reality is the trauma builds up over time. It doesn't decrease, honey. That's not how life works. That's not how life works. All right. If I have a beard and I don't shave my beard's gonna grow. And it's not going to stop growing until the day that I die or I get alopecia or some shit like that. It's not how it works.
Turned 25. I personally felt like I was so volatile at 21. I was so impulsive at 21. As I became older, I became less of a burden to a man.
But we're not talking about you. We're talking about in general.
And she's full of shit too. Women lie to win arguments. This is something that I think Pearl doesn't. Well, I'm not saying she doesn't understand this. I'm sure she does. But I think in this clip, she didn't really attack. I would have just said, oh, really? Okay. So why are you still single? Why are you still single? If you healed from your trauma, why the fuck are you still single?
We're more.
You're a beautiful woman. You got your nails did. You got all these fucking rings on. Olive skinned. Why are you still single? Because niggas will cuff you. Niggas will wife you up. We all know this. Why are you still single if you've already healed for you? Because you're still getting fucked. That's why. That's why. And she got so many damn rings on. I don't believe now one of them are a wedding ring. I don't think one of them. Come on now.
Emotional and volatile.
I'm saying like in general. We're not talking like he doesn't.
Shout out to Miles. He says, if I smash Oprah, I better get paid. No cap. He also says by 25, she probably has had 3 heartbreaks minimum. And it seems like Miles is a little new here. You know, I love you, Miles, but at 25, according to the body count formula, we do her age minus 18 times 7, which is the average body count, annual body count of a modern woman, 7 men a year. So 7 times 7 is 49. So I would say out of those, she probably was in love with 20% of those guys. So I would say she's had about 9.8, 10 heartbreaks by the time she's 25. Because the thing is, when women have sex with a man, they love that nigga. Let's keep it a buck. Like, they try and act like, unless they're fucking like a porn star or some shit like that. When women have sex with a man, they love that nigga. They love him. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't give a fuck what any of these women say. I can fuck without feelings. No, they love that nigga. And if he doesn't follow up the next day, she gonna feel some type of way. If he ghosts them the next day, she gonna feel some type of way. When women have sex, they fall in love. Facts. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When I'm talking to a woman and we texting, we conversating, I'm trying to set up the link. She's less interested before I fuck than after I fuck. Once I fuck, oh my gosh, she blowing a nigga up. She responding within 5-10 minutes. Before I fuck, 2-hour responses. Oh, I'm busy today. I can't come. Shit. Once you fuck her, damn, that bitch, her schedule opened up. God damn, her schedule parted like the damn Red Sea. Make it make sense. Before you fuck, all of a sudden the bitch is busy. She working 45 hours a week. Ain't got time for no man. All this shit. Right after you fuck, goddamn. Schedule open up. She pulling up at your crib at all wee hours of the night. Don't have no respect for your time. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you guys. Cooley410 says guys claim they don't care about body count. Is that cap? Yeah, I do think it's cap, and I think it's more of a cope.
Know your specific story.
Yeah.
But if we're talking to the men, and the men, like Andrew Tate, it said something similar. Women over the age of 25,
19,
they're saying no.
19.
No, so he basically said that I can take. I would rather have a 19-year-old than a 25-year-old, which. The fuck is wrong with that? Same. Ditto. What's wrong with that? It's legal. Deal with it. Women get back. The bitch in the back. Ooh, 19. Yeah, she's hotter than you. Sorry. She looked better than you.
He gave the age of 19.
And if they're saying we prefer the women younger, like why are we to tell them what they want?
No, I think it should be with a younger woman. I really do think younger is more beautiful, and especially when it comes to having kids. But it's also saying things like, oh, women can't define what makes a man. Women have no definition of what makes an alpha.
Well, I think
alpha.
They don't, because look how they raise their sons when they're in single parent households. They absolutely don't have an idea of what it takes to raise a man. Because they coddle their sons.
I think a biological term.
But the point they're making though is that, like, for a man to be alpha or to be high value, he has to be selected by other men first. Like other men have to respect him first before the women can come in. And so that's what they're talking about. It's
and
not
what
hating.
makes a woman disqualified for realizing or not being able to make? Because you can look at a monkey and decide which one's alpha. You don't have to be a monkey.
Other men have other high value men have to recognize him as a part of the group. So I mean, we're kind of interchanging high value and alpha, but when it comes to high value men, that's what they're talking about. Is so the other high value, because the other high value men have to recognize him as part of the group.
And can low value man realize a high value man?
She asked, can low value men realize a high value man? Yes, because there's a hierarchy within men. So it doesn't mean that low value man, quote unquote, has to necessarily respect that high value man or that high value man, like 1-to-1. Oh, I respect you because you're high value. No, it doesn't have to be like that. As a matter of fact, a low value man could take out a high value man. Look at the Takeoff situation. But the reality is, society is not going to deem you as a high value man because some chick just says, oh yeah, you're high value to me. No, you have to earn that. And that comes with respect from your peers. This is what she doesn't understand. She's trying to say, oh, well, you said that a woman can't realize or a woman can't define what a high value man is. So can a fish define what a human is? They know the difference, right? This is basically what the analogy that she's trying to spew here. And it's like the reason why a woman can't realize, as she puts it, a high value man is because their parameters are too loose. Women they're not strict about the parameters because what they'll say is they know what they want. They'll say, oh, I want a man who's 6 foot, this, da. But then if they're having a conversation with a man and then he's saying, yo, man, I just can't, I don't know why this girl is just, ghosting me. She's acting a fool. Like she's not cooperating. They'll tell you some bullshit like, oh, well, she's not the one for you. And, you need to work or it's okay. She should just accept you how she is. They'll tell you some bullshit advice. So their parameters are not strict enough to define what a high value man is. Okay.
I think most men, when they walk into a room, they can just naturally tell.
There's a hierarchy. There's definitely a hierarchy with us.
And women can tell as well.
They can't. That's a cap.
Yeah, we can tell.
No, they can't. Women can't tell the difference between a rich man and a broke man. That's why when you hear what women talking about, they're like, well, some guys on social media, they be flexing and they be lying about their money. But then, 2 months into it, you figure out they ain't got nothing. How many dumbass bitches be, dude? We just was on the Overdose podcast shit last week, and a bitch got triggered because I was telling her that that's your fault that you got bamboozled by this man because you didn't do your due diligence. And she was saying, well, men can lie and men can rent a car and they can give off this lifestyle, but if you don't do your due diligence, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? If I'm a company and I'm trying to go public, and right before my IPO, I hand you a PDF that says that I'm netting fucking a few $100 million profit a month, and then you don't go and look at my tax returns and do your research, and then you just invest your $100 million into my company just because I gave you a PDF saying that I was making this amount of money, it's your fault. Yes, you got tricked, but you didn't do your due diligence.
When someone's high and low value.
You think so?
Just like the damn crypto scam. You think all them niggas who lost their money, they're able to go to the company and say, oh my God, pay me back? No, that's not how it works.
How did they interact with other guys?
Yeah, and then how did the Tinder swindler get so successful?
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.